Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that cares deeply for you. I don't think this is a romantic connection. I feel like this is a friend, maybe somebody you're related to, but I do think that they are around when a conversation takes place that is not very flattering or not very honest about you. And this person is coming to your defense. They know the truth, or they know your character well enough to be able to defend you in this situation when somebody might be spreading a rumor or talking ish about you. This is somebody saying, almost stop you right there because that's not accurate. This is what I know about that person. So you've got somebody defending you. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Friday. Hello, DeMarco. Hello, Bitchy Tata. How you doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box below. And you can also, right below that, find additional information on how to get more content from my channel. I create additional shorts, videos, there's ad-free live streams, and monthly 3-card personal readings. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? Hello, Corey. Hello, Laura. How's it going? This is the situations deck. We might see the gossip card. What else do we have? Realization, awareness, finding out, coming to light, future days, weeks, months, and sad, feeling alone and broken. So we've got someone who is in not the best mind state, a bit lonely perhaps, or feeling abandoned. I think you're going to find out or have a conversation with someone, probably this King of Cups, about something that has happened in the past. So in other words, this projected card helps me understand the timelines, and it feels like you're not going to get like immediate notification that someone came to your defense, but you're going to hear about this conversation, possibly from someone else, but you have someone stick up for you. Yeah, interview, talk, conversation, get on the same page. Children, young, childhood, playful, and lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off. So this is someone you are no longer talking to who is talking about you in front of the person that defended you. There could be something to do with children. So for some of you, this could even be a co-parent where your tensions are kind of high. So you maybe don't communicate unless it's about the children. For others of you, this is someone you've known since you were young, or someone that you just consider to be pretty dang immature, but they're the ones that started this conversation or said the thing that prompted someone to defend your name. This is the Black Tarot. Hello, Danny. How are you doing? Hello, Miss G. What's going on? Seems to be a day about gossip, huh, Laura? What else do you have? The Magician, 5 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. That's funny, actually. I'm here for it. Someone who is stuck in the past, thinking about what happened between the two of you, wanted to reframe the truth, wanted to control the narrative, make you sound like the bad guy. And someone was like, actually, that's not true. What you're saying about that person is not accurate. And that motivated the person who was trying to lie about you to leave. They might have literally just got up and left. They may have shut down and stopped talking because they were exposed for lying about the situation. But the Magician is the person that you are presumably low contact or no contact with, that thought they could make you out to be the bad guy. Five of Spheres or Five of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Spheres or Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. So the number 4 could be important for you. This is somebody who is not the best at like staying up to date on their healing. And they felt like they could say something about you and make it sound worse than it actually is. This could be somebody who is coming back around after they'd moved away or after they'd maybe kind of gotten a little bit distant from your friend group or your family. But for whatever reason, they feel like they can lie about what really happened as if, you know, whatever they say goes. Maybe they're kind of, they might have a little bit of an ego issue, right? It's like me, one of the reasons I don't lie, just one, is like you never really know who's connected to who knows what, who else is maybe psychic, real good with intuition. Like there's just so many reasons you could potentially get caught if you're lying. And this person was just like, everyone will believe what I have to say, and I know it. Hello, Rainbow Warrior. How are you doing? Hello, Matt. What's going on? Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Johnny. How's it going? We've got the High Priestess in the reverse and the Sun. 3 of Pentacles. I think this is somebody who is kind of being laughed at, or people don't believe them and they're getting that energy to their face. We know that you're lying about that person because you want it to seem like they were the problem in the relationship or they were being a bad friend to you, but we know more about the situation than you expected us to know. So the awareness of the people the magician was talking to presents a problem for the magician because they cannot control the narrative. I feel like it's maybe even more than one person that came to your defense. Seven of Wands in the reverse. 4 of Cups, another 4. And the World. The thing is, this is someone who might have realized if I don't lie about what happened, I might not be like kept in the friend group. People might not, it's like it's me or them. Something big happened. I have to make it look like they lied to make me look bad. But the thing is, this is someone who may not realize there's pictures, there's someone else who was there. There's another incident that's very similar. This person's lies get stopped dead in their tracks because of the insight, the knowledge, or, you know, this King of Cups friend of yours who says, no, we know what really happened. Or what about the other time that you did this? You want to talk about that? So a little bit of pressure is applied to the magician and they fold. Hey, Michael, what's going on? Good. I'm glad. What else? The Fool and the Tower. Rushing into the conversation without really knowing what they were doing, or feeling a little bit more confident than they should, that they could tell a different version of events and people would gladly accept them. The plan or the hope that the magician had for this conversation changes. It's like you're walking up to a table, you're like, I'm going to be able to convince all of these people exactly what I want to. And then you sit down and you realize within like 5 minutes, oh, I have grossly overestimated my skills in this situation. Hello, Ruben. What's going on? Another 4 of Cups, Knight of Cups. They're revision of events is rejected, probably to their face. We know you're just trying to make somebody look bad. We know that's not how it happened. Why would you say that's what happened when this is on Facebook or this is on whatever? We've got evidence being presented to this person. Like, okay, well, you say it was this, but then can you explain that? Oh, what? Oh, you can't. Why is that? Is it because you're lying? Come on. Is it? Come on. Is it? I feel like we got people being a little bit like sassy. Like, I don't know. Seems pretty clear to me that you lied. And the magician crumbles. 3 of Swords in the reverse. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Trying to make it seem like the other person that they were dealing with caused them grief or was cruel to them, didn't invest or, asked too much of the magician, saying they were codependent behaviors. This is someone who's taking little details and trying to exaggerate them to make them sound like they're negative qualities or justifications for behavior when people know, that doesn't sound like my friend. Another world. 2 of Cups, the world. 10 of Cups. You're trying to get us to think something that we know is not true. This is somebody, I think, getting booted from a social community. We don't believe what you're saying. The facts that you claim are facts don't add up. So we're going to stick with the facts that we already have or the ones that do actually seem to be verifiable. This is What's the News? Thank you. Hello, Jenny. How are you doing? Penny pinching, financial struggle, saving up, budgeting. Reading up, doing the research, learning more, gaining insight. Repo, default on payments. Financially incapable. And repossessed assets. So this could be a business partnership that fell apart. This could be a marriage that fell apart. And finances, like at the core of the problem, we have mismanagement of funds. Beyond that, we could also have somebody that is complaining about not getting something they felt entitled to. So this could even be about an inheritance or how assets were split during a divorce. But this is like, I'm going to try to because I should be getting more than I really am. No, I don't get the impression that you should. This is the Path of Shadows. Raven, knowledge, death, energies. Mirror, labyrinth. Illusions and reflections. Who are you trying to fool? We even had the Fool come out. When you turn your back to the mirror, there's still someone looking at you. This is making me think about when you play hide and seek with small children and they haven't fully developed enough of that understanding of how to play the game. So like they'll hide behind drapes and not consider the fact that you can see their shoes, right? That kind of thing. This is somebody who has overestimated their intelligence. It happens. Felt like they could mislead a group, and they're starting to realize that there were other vantage points. There were other people watching. There were other people who have been able to draw conclusions, or maybe even other people that took pictures or video. So this is like, no, you're not the only one with a brain here, bud. Ghost. In the realms of shadows where memories are host, The echoes of what is gone still haunts me the most. This is somebody who cannot get over a relationship ending, probably a divorce situation, and they want their ex to look like the bad person. Again, this could be about inheritance or something like that. Apply it how it makes sense. Werewolf. Only the moon knows what it takes to hide this turmoil. Two sides of the same tormented soul. They're trying to hide their part in what happened while exaggerating what the other person said or did. Again, it's just like, I want you to take my side. I want you to feel like what I did was justified, even though I might know it really wasn't. I like that, Laura. This is the Noisy Tarot. What else do we have? Two of Wands and the Six of Wands with the Ten of Cups. So I want everyone to feel like I did what I needed to do right by this relationship. I was successful. I made money. I paid the bills. This is someone basically trying to paint themselves as the martyr, or I did everything I could. There's nothing I could have done differently. I'm perfect. Saying that they contributed to what was beautiful about the relationship, or, you know, they made everything work well in a living situation or in a family life. But it doesn't seem real to me. It seems like this is somebody who's just trying to make their role seem more important, or make it seem like they did more than they actually did. We have the Seven of Cups, King of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. I don't know who this is, but it's giving like Charlotte Dobre energy as far as like the audacity. We've got the Seven of Cups with the King of Swords, making me feel like we have somebody kind of like smiling and nodding incredulously, like, okay, so this is your story. Like, yeah, let's hear it. I'm not going to take you seriously. Maybe they try to initially take the person seriously, but the King of Swords is the person who knows the truth. When they see that the magician is being very heavy-handed in terms of like bias, right? I'm going to tell everything that makes me sound great, and the other person, they're the problem. But this King of Swords listens to this revision of what happened, or this lie, if you will, and says, no, that's not the truth. I'll tell you the truth because I was there, or because I was on the phone with this person, or because I saw the receipts. We've got someone saying, that's a real great story that you're telling. It's a pity that none of it's true. I know the actual history, and what you are doing is being creative and cultivating a lie to try to make it seem like someone else was the problem. Thank you, Danny. Hello, Jess B. How are you doing? Hello, James. What's going on? Page of Wands in the reverse. Another Four of Cups in the reverse. There's nothing I did wrong. There's nothing they could have rejected me for. I did everything right. But I wish you could, I don't know if you can see it. With the Page of Wands, I don't know how to show this without it being kind of off, but let's try. I saw it like this, where you can't see the second wand in the Two of Wands. So in other words, this disappears, right? So we have somebody that wants to focus on their perspective and ignore someone else's perspective, or they're hiding. They're specifically hiding details. You've, I'm sure, dealt with this before. Someone doesn't really want to seem like they were the problem, so they withhold some of the details to make it look like someone overreacted, make it look like someone else is the problem. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Two of Cups. So even though you say you were a great partner, or even though you say that your ex was causing all of the drama, here's what I understand to be true. Here's what I witnessed. Here's the receipts that I have. And they do seem to contradict your story. Your actions did not seem to be loving towards this person. This is someone who put on a show, wanted it to seem like they were being kind or treating someone well, but they weren't. Ew. Well, there it is. So we have somebody with an anger issue or perhaps a wandering eye. Knight of Wands in the reverse. It's impulsive energy, reckless energy. It's a lack of self-control. So the Knight of Wands in the reverse for me, and probably for many, is very closely tied to the devil, because this is saying, I know better, I know I should do something different, or I know I should calm down, but I don't. I let my passions get the best of me. So with the High Priestess in the reverse, which we already had clarifying the Magician, this is the Magician who made a bad decision. They didn't listen to their intuition. They did something they shouldn't have, lost control of their anger. There could have been an argument that got physical, or this is someone who stepped out on their partner. And the King of Swords knows it. This is not like disputable. Hello, Restoration. How are you doing? Hello, John. How's your weekend? Well, I guess it's kind of the weekend. It hasn't officially started yet. So we've got beginnings, try again, new direction, start over. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. So whoever I'm reading for, the King of Cups has come to your defense in a conversation with someone who is likely an ex of yours, and they have seen firsthand that you are ready to move forward, that you are ready to leave this in the past. You're not looking to drag this out, but because this person's still out here running their mouth or trying to lie about you, it's making it more difficult to really move forward. So I think this King of Cups sees / King of Swords sees an opportunity to encourage the Magician to just like wrap it up, like move on, stop talking about shit, you know? We've got obscurity, secrets, mysteries, and concealing. And second chance. For many of you, this Magician is talking-ish because they feel like they're entitled to a second chance. They feel someone's been overly harsh. I can't believe you ended things. I can't believe you blocked me. I can't believe you're divorcing me. I'm a great person. You should want to like stay with me. And this King of Cups is saying, no, I'm pretty sure the reason they left you is because you cheated on them or because you lost your temper, right? Maybe both. But it's like, no. Let's not like pretend that everything was great. You were kind of awful. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. They want to be seen as the person who should be, understood more. I hate the term playing victim, but that's kind of what's going on here. It doesn't matter though, because they're starting to realize as they have this conversation with this group of people, no matter what I try to do, no matter who I try to influence, I'm apparently not as successful as I thought I would be in terms of controlling the narrative. People already know, or people think what they think, and they're not going to believe me. Breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed. So their lies aren't working. They're feeling a little bit stressed out, and it's starting to make them question themselves. So are you going to learn from this situation, or are you going to continue to point the finger at other people, right? They're the problem. That's the issue. I couldn't help that. Time to look within, right? That's what this Magician has failed to do. Separation, space, blockage. So yeah, I think it's supposed to be an ending between these two. I'm not even going to admit that they did something wrong, so why should you take them back? stress, turbulence, tension, arguments, chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience, spying, social network, information, and ways. So they want to still argue about it. Maybe it doesn't even matter who they argue with. They just want to be right. And they don't want this to be over either. So there could be that you have children with this person, or there could be a lot of drama going around how children are getting through a divorce proceeding. There could also be, like I said, some sense of like an inheritance and siblings arguing or cousins arguing. But information on social media makes it easier for people to know that this magician is being manipulative or lying about the reality of the situation. So their lies just like don't even get off the ground. Let's see. This is the Egyptian tarot. What else do we have? Seven of Wands in the reverse, Page of Pentacles. Another attempt to attack someone or make them seem like the guilty party. Four of Cups in the reverse. We've gotten that card over and over again. The number 4 is definitely important. And the King of Pentacles. You have let go. You are not interested in dealing with this person any longer. You know that they're manipulative, that they're not interested in working on the things that cause problems. So I feel like you've been protecting your peace. For many of you, this is also making sure you have a peaceful environment for your children, right? For those of you where you do not have children involved, this is saying, I don't want to start a family with somebody that I cannot trust, somebody who might be volatile, have a really bad temper, or somebody who may be disloyal or unreliable. So we have somebody who says, nope, I'm sorry, you don't demonstrate that you want to do right by me, so I'm going to keep these boundaries in place. For some of you, there's a protection order here, or order of protection. We've got 6 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. I want to make somebody else look like the bad person because I don't want to admit that I've got some things that I need to work on. So I'm going to adjust the truth and make it seem like everything was someone else's fault. But the problem is when you have a breakup and you have somebody whose life starts to get better because they've separated from a negative influence in their life, be it friend or relationship, it's like, I think we can tell what happened here. This magician continues to draw negative energy, continues to start drama, continues to struggle in terms of not having reliable social connections. And it's obvious who was being dishonest, who was doing things they probably shouldn't. They just don't want to admit it. High Priestess in the reverse. If I don't have to like actually admit to it, then no one will believe me. Well, it's like, 2025 now and everybody got like phones and stuff. So receipts, not that difficult to come by these days. Maybe there's something this person doesn't realize is captured in terms of GPS location, screenshot, phone or video. It's like, we know. Because there's like very little room for doubt here. This King of Swords is very confident. We know you lied. We know you're wanting to like convince us that someone else was the problem. But then how do you explain this text message? How do you explain your Snapchat location? I don't use Snapchat, you guys, so you have to tell me if I say shit wrong, whatever. Am I supposed to say Snap instead of Snapchat? Sorry. I hate that app so much. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, the World in the reverse, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. I don't want it to be over. This is really hitting me hard. I'm feeling super lonely. I've only ever been super loving and caring towards this person. I can't believe they broke up with me. And then King of Swords is like, I'm gonna stop you right there. We all know you're lying. We've seen you lose your temper, or we've seen you hit on somebody that you shouldn't be talking to. It's just kind of like, who do you think we are? Do you think I'm stupid? No, really, do you? So many times where I wanted to literally just make that my response to somebody lying to me, like, oh, just like on a scale of 1 to 5, like, how dumb do you think I am? Just curious. Like, do you figure that out before you decide to lie to someone, or you just like slop them out there? Like, let's see if you eat it up. I wonder. Sorry, I'm getting all sassy. Let's go with the Fairy Lenormand and see what else we've got. Number 19, the Tower. Who asked for it? I think it was actually in the last reading. You manifested the Whip to come out. We've got the Tower and the Whip indicating a group of people punishing the Magician. Like, that's real cute and everything. You want us all to believe that, but we know that it's a lie. Nice try. This could be a family. This could be happening in a courtroom. If you are new to my channel, whenever I pull the Whip, there's 3 of them, I have to tell a joke. If I didn't, I think there would be like a lot of complaints. The Whip. No, not the Whip. The Whip. No, please, not the Whip. The Whip. No, please, anything but the Whip. Anything? The Whip. All right. I also said I was going to use the Gilded Reverie, so I guess a potential double whip situation in the last reading, and I never did, so I'm gonna go with that right now. Did I say hello to Matt? Was it the other Matt? Hello. We've got the Man with a Shirt and the Compass, number 42. This is the King of Swords. Somebody who is able to focus on the right details. And I feel like this is a person that has morals, principles, standards, seen as wise. So you got a good friend here, whoever this is. Number 1, the Rider, R-I-D-E-R, generally indicative of somebody showing up in person. And the Coffin, an ending. So this is why I'm picking up for some of you. This might be a family affair with regards to inheritance. There could be some complications around what happened in a relationship because of money and estate being inherited. This could also be someone showing up because they're trying to argue that they didn't cheat because it impacts what they could potentially get in the divorce. We have the Tree, number 5. And number 34, the Fish. So there's good news coming to the individual who has been working on themselves, has been establishing a happier, more peaceful existence. This would appear to be the Queen of Cups in the story, who has been defended by the King of Cups, probably a close friend, maybe even a relative of yours. But they got your back, and it's not just them. I do feel like there's some others, but the King of Cups is the most vocal. They're like, look, we're going to talk about all this evidence that I got right here because you're trying to spread rumors or you're trying to lie about the situation, and we're not going to let you do that. The Queen of Cups has been very focused on healing, getting things together, making the changes that they need, and their life is improving. So I think that's one of the reasons this King of Cups is so defensive of the Queen of Cups. Like, my friend is doing better because they finally got away from this or because things are finally going in the right direction, and I'm not going to let your lies cause any problems to that person that I care deeply for. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Hello, Gumbo. How are you doing? What else do we have? Wisdom. That's you, Queen of Cups. Seeking. Unlock gateways, key, training, knowledge, and soul power. Remember, we had the Raven come out earlier. And soul searching, treasures, uncover, dormant, gifts, and answers. Things are getting much better for the Queen of Cups with the distance that is growing between the Magician and the Queen of Cups. There was negative energy, or even like a little bit of like an energy vampire situation here. The Magician took and the Queen of Cups gave. It was not equal. That's another thing that I feel they lie about. They want to seem like they were doing a lot for the Queen of Cups when they really weren't. And now the Queen of Cups is starting to realize, remember, that does not need to be a woman, that they are fully capable of taking care of themselves, or that they have more courage and strength than they believe. Ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids, fantasy, and daydream. Things are starting to seem more magical for this Queen of Cups as they are able to kind of retain more of their own energy and not have to deal with the Magician. They've chosen a different path for themselves, and positive energy seems to be much easier for them to come across on this new path. It's not easy. They've gone through the dark night of the soul. Whoever you are, Queen of Swords or Queen of Cups, sending you a big, I don't know, high five, hug. Which do you prefer? Because you've gone through some pretty significant setbacks and still found a way to get back up on your feet and be a good role model. Yeah, you have had signs, maybe even dreams, that you needed to walk away from this Magician because they have definitely been slowing you down or taking things from you that they didn't deserve to take. We have haunting, curse, lost souls, eerie, psychic attack, and dark force. Dark force. So this King of Swords, King of Cups, is defending the Queen of Cups, telling the Magician, you're not going to get what you think you want or what you think you're entitled to. We know your character. We know what you've done. And this Queen of Cups doesn't deserve that. So there's protective energy around this Queen of Cups, not just living, but I also feel people that have passed on are protecting this Queen of Cups. This is the Zodiac fortune-telling cards. You're welcome, James. What else do we have? Don't give so much advice. It causes hard feelings. The Magician doesn't want to change. The Queen of Cups is trying to help them change. It's not your responsibility. Your predictions have and always will be true. You will be more prosperous in the near future. The one who cares for you is anxious for a letter, and you will overcome your domestic troubles. Primarily because you got people out here who support you and because you are strong. This is the truth is. Hey there, Di. How are you doing? Oh, you're so welcome. It's so funny to see people say, hey, what's up, bitchy? So we've got watching you. Someone has their eyes on you. Or binoculars, you know? Hazy vision. Things are not being seen clearly. That's what the Magician was hoping to take advantage of. Maybe nobody knows what's really going on. Maybe nobody has the receipts, so I can tell people what to believe. Oh, can you? No, you can't. Forgiveness. Forgiving will benefit this relationship. I think the Queen of Cups already knows this, but I'm going to say it very clearly. Queen of Cups, your best move is to forgive and forget. Move away from this person. Do not continue to connect with them. Obviously, if you have children with them, asterisk on that because you still have some connection there, right? But this is saying do not let resentment grow in your heart and suffocate the beautiful energy you have in there. Let go of this person because they do not deserve to have any influence over your mood or your perception of your future. Indifference. It's actually worse than hate. Ask anybody. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and thank you to my current members, and I will see you in the next reading. Toodles.